Let's begin Rome's story with a legend, one of twins, a river, and a she-wolf. This tale, passed down for centuries, is as much a myth as it is the heartbeat of Roman identity. Romulus and Remus, born to royal blood, were cast into the Tiber by a fearful king. Their mother, Rhea Silvia, was a Vestal virgin, and their father was said to be Mars, the god of war. But instead of drowning, their basket floated ashore, carried gently by the river's current to safety. A she-wolf, the Lupa, found them and against all odds, nursed them. Her wild instincts became their salvation, and her care, their first taste of survival. This wild origin became Rome's symbol: strength, survival, and destiny. The image of the she-wolf and twins endures as a powerful emblem of the city's roots. Later, a humble shepherd named Faustulus and his wife discovered the twins and raised them as their own sons, giving them a simple but loving home. Growing up, Romulus and Remus became natural leaders, unaware of their royal heritage. They were strong, brave, and beloved by their peers for their courage and sense of justice. When they learned the truth of their birth, they overthrew the cruel king, who had wronged them, and restored their grandfather, Numitor, to his rightful throne. But they wanted more. They wanted to build a new city, a place that would be their own legacy. They chose the site where the she-wolf had saved them, among 7 hills, a landscape destined to become legendary. But the brothers clashed over which hill to build on and who should rule. Their rivalry grew fierce, echoing the struggles that would define Rome itself. Seeking a sign from the gods, Remus saw 6 vultures, Romulus 12. The omens seemed clear, but the brothers' conflict only deepened. Romulus claimed victory and began building his city's wall, determined to mark the boundaries of his new kingdom. Remus, mocking, leapt over the wall. Romulus, enraged, killed him. The city's birth was marked by tragedy and sacrifice. "So shall it be for all who cross my walls," Romulus declared, setting a precedent for Rome's fierce defense and pride. In 753 BCE, Rome was founded, named for its first king. The city's destiny was set in motion, a city born from rivalry, fate, and myth. Its origins would inspire generations to come. This dramatic beginning set the tone for everything that followed, shaping Rome's character for centuries. Rome's story is one of ambition, conflict, and destiny, a city always reaching for greatness no matter the cost. From a wolf's den to the world's stage, Rome's legend was just beginning, its influence destined to echo through history. The city would rise, shaped by its wild origins and the choices of its founders, forever marked by the courage and ambition of 2 brothers. And so, the story of Rome truly begins, with echoes of legend in every stone and street. Ready for what comes next? The adventure of Rome is only just unfolding. Rome began with kings, 7 in all, starting with Romulus, the legendary founder who, according to myth, was raised by a she-wolf. These early kings shaped the city's destiny, laying the foundations for what would become a mighty civilization. Some kings built and organized, establishing temples, walls, and forums, but power always concentrated at the top, in the hands of a single ruler. The Senate, a council of elders, advised the king, planting seeds for future government. Though their power was limited, their influence would grow over time. But absolute power breeds resentment, especially among those who feel unheard or oppressed. The last king, Tarquin the Proud, ruled as a tyrant, ignoring the Senate and the people. His arrogance and cruelty became infamous throughout Rome. His cruelty sparked a rebellion, led by Lucius Junius Brutus, a nobleman determined to restore justice and dignity to Rome. In 509 BCE, the Romans expelled Tarquin and vowed never to have a king again, swearing an oath to protect their newfound freedom. They created a republic, res publica, the public thing, where the state belonged to its citizens, not a monarch. Power shifted to the people, at least in theory, as citizens gained a voice in their own government. 2 consuls were elected each year, each able to veto the other, ensuring no one man could dominate the state. The Senate grew in influence, dominated by patrician families who shaped policy and steered the republic's course. The commoners, or plebeians, fought for rights, eventually gaining tribunes to protect them from abuses of power and to represent their interests. The republic was a system of checks and balances, messy but innovative, with laws and traditions constantly evolving. It was a government of citizens, not subjects, where participation and debate were at the heart of public life. This new system would transform Rome from a city-state into a world power, setting the stage for centuries of expansion and influence. The Republic's birth marked a turning point. No more kings, only citizens, with a voice, and a new sense of shared destiny. Rome was now ready to expand, and the world would never be the same. The Republic's ideals would echo through history. The age of the Republic had begun, ushering in a new era of ambition, innovation, and civic pride. The Republic was ambitious and relentless, always at war, always expanding. Rome conquered Italy, but its greatest rival was Carthage, a wealthy, powerful trading empire across the sea. The Punic Wars erupted, 3 epic conflicts for control of the Mediterranean. The Second Punic War brought Hannibal, Carthage's brilliant general, who marched elephants over the Alps to invade Italy. Hannibal devastated Roman armies, but Rome refused to surrender. Adapting, the Romans avoided direct battle and struck at Carthage itself. Scipio Africanus led Rome's forces to victory at the Battle of Zama. Carthage was defeated, and Rome emerged as the dominant power. In the Third Punic War, Rome destroyed Carthage completely. The Mediterranean became Mare Nostrum, our sea. Rome's military discipline, adaptability, and determination set it apart. The Republic's victories brought wealth, slaves, and new territories. But with conquest came new challenges and new conflicts at home. Rome was now a superpower, but the seeds of future turmoil were already sown. The Punic Wars changed everything, making Rome master of the Mediterranean. The Republic's greatest triumphs would soon test its very foundations. The world was now Rome's stage. Rome's conquests brought wealth and chaos. Small farmers lost land to the rich, creating a restless, angry urban poor. Generals with loyal armies like Marius and Sulla fought civil wars for power. The Republic's old rules were breaking down. Into this turmoil stepped Julius Caesar, brilliant general, master politician, and champion of the people. He formed the first triumvirate with Pompey and Crassus, then conquered Gaul, becoming wildly popular. The Senate, fearing his power, ordered him to disband his army. Instead, Caesar crossed the Rubicon, starting a new civil war. Crossing the Rubicon became a symbol of irreversible decisions. Caesar gambled everything for control of Rome. The Republic was on the brink. Would it survive, or become something new? Caesar's ambition would change Rome forever. The age of the Republic was ending. A new era was about to begin. Caesar won the Civil War and became dictator for life, but his power alarmed the Senate. The senators, fearing the end of their own influence and the traditions of the Republic, began to plot in secret. On the Ides of March, 44 BCE, they assassinated him, hoping to save the Republic. But the murder of Caesar only deepened Rome's divisions. Instead, Rome plunged into more chaos. Civil war erupted once again, tearing the city and its people apart. Caesar's supporters, Mark Antony and Octavian, defeated the assassins, then turned on each other. Their rivalry would decide the fate of Rome. Octavian triumphed at the Battle of Actium, becoming Rome's sole ruler. His victory marked the end of the civil wars and the beginning of a new era. He was clever. Claiming to restore the Republic, he kept real power for himself. Octavian understood the importance of appearances and tradition. The Senate named him Augustus, the revered one. This new title signaled a new beginning for Rome. Augustus ruled for over 40 years, ushering in the Pax Romana, a golden age of peace and prosperity. Under his leadership, Rome flourished as never before. He reformed the army, built roads and aqueducts, and stabilized the empire. Trade expanded, cities grew, and Roman law brought order to distant provinces. Augustus never called himself emperor, preferring first citizen. He carefully balanced power, maintaining the illusion of the old republic, but he held all the power, ending the republic for good. The Senate and people of Rome now answered to him. The Roman Empire was born, and Rome entered its greatest era. Its influence would stretch from Britain to Egypt, shaping the world for centuries. Augustus gave Rome stability, but at the cost of its old freedoms. The people traded liberty for security and order. The city of myth had become the heart of an empire. Its streets bustled with people from every corner of the known world. The Pax Romana would define Rome for centuries. Peace, prosperity, and Roman culture spread across the Mediterranean. The world had never seen anything like it. Rome's achievements would echo through history. Rome's golden age had begun, and its legacy would endure for generations to come. After Augustus, emperors ruled Rome, sometimes wisely, sometimes disastrously. The Julio-Claudians included Tiberius, Caligula, Claudius, and Nero, each with their own scandals and excesses. Caligula's madness and Nero's tyranny became infamous. Nero's reign ended in chaos, and the Flavian dynasty restored order, building the Colosseum. The 5 good emperors, like Trajan and Hadrian, brought stability and expansion. Under Trajan, Rome reached its greatest size. Hadrian built walls to defend its borders, but after Marcus Aurelius, crisis returned. His son Commodus was a disaster, and his death plunged Rome into civil war. The 3rd century brought invasions, economic collapse, and near-total breakdown. The empire survived, but the golden age was over. Rome's emperors shaped its destiny, for better or worse. The empire's strength and weakness were both rooted in its leaders. The story of Rome was now a story of survival. The end was drawing near. What was daily life like in Rome? It depended on your status. The wealthy enjoyed luxurious homes, feasts, and public entertainment. Most Romans lived in crowded, noisy apartments and worked long hours. The government provided bread and circuses to keep the peace. But all Romans benefited from incredible infrastructure: roads, aqueducts, and public baths. All roads lead to Rome was true. Over 50,000 miles connected the empire. Aqueducts brought fresh water, and public baths were social hubs. Roman engineering was a constant reminder of the empire's power. The city's marvels united rich and poor in the shadow of greatness. By the late 3rd century, Rome was too vast to govern from one city. Emperor Diocletian split the empire into east and west, hoping to save it. The two halves drifted apart. East was wealthier and more urban, west poorer and rural. Enter Constantine the Great. After civil war, he saw a vision, converted to Christianity, and ended persecution of Christians. Constantine built a new capital, Constantinople, on the site of Byzantium. Strategically located, filled with churches and palaces, it became the empire's new heart. Rome faded as Constantinople rose. The empire's center had shifted east. Christianity became favored, transforming Roman identity. The old world was changing fast. Rome's legacy would now be carried from a new capital. The Western Empire crumbled, sacked by Goths, toppled by Odoacer in 476 CE. The Eastern Empire, the Byzantine Empire, endured for another 1,000 years. Rome's fall was slow, not sudden, a transformation, not just a collapse, but Rome's legacy never died. Its language, laws, architecture, and ideas shaped Europe and the world. The dream of Rome, order, unity, greatness, echoes in our governments, cities, and culture. We speak its languages, build with its arches, and govern with its principles. Rome's story is the story of civilization itself. From a wolf's den to an empire, its influence is everywhere. 2,000 years later, Rome still matters. Its story is, in many ways, our own.